Powered by the Montana Television Network. Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
President Trump is praising relief efforts in Puerto Rico, but residents there say help is scarce and disorganized. I'm Nikki Batiste in New York. I'll tell you the details coming up.
I'm Morgan Davies, and coming up, I look at another project that's adding to the development of Midtown Bozeman.
A three-star Army general is spending his first full day in Puerto Rico, sent to support the hurricane response. Lieutenant General Jeff Buchanan will help coordinate the more than 7,000 troops and 10,000 government workers trying to rebuild, restore power to the island, and distribute clean water and food.
The relief effort is under control. It is proceeding very well.
Acting Homeland Security Secretary Elaine Duke is among those in the Trump administration who is praising the government's response, as is the president himself via Twitter, saying in part FEMA and first responders are amazing. Residents of the island, though, say more than a week since Hurricane Maria hit, help is scarce and disorganized. Laura Brown says she's sending her children to Miami on board a cruise ship evacuating locals. She's worried about their health and safety at home. Government officials in D.C. say the problem isn't getting supplies to the island anymore. It's getting them from the ports to the people. Clearing roads is one issue.
There's still a shortfall there, though, and that is drivers for all those trucks. So we are pushing personnel in to augment state and local authorities to continue to push those commodities.
To help support with medical needs, the Navy's hospital ship, the USNS Comfort, leaves from Virginia this afternoon on a 5-day journey to Puerto Rico. Nikki Batiste for CBS News.
Now, Homeland Security says 51 of the 69 hospitals on the island are now open. President Trump is scheduled to visit Puerto Rico on Tuesday. So a lot more to follow on this. These relief efforts, tough.
It really is. For us, our temperatures are a little cool to start the day. By the afternoon, you're going to spend some time outdoors if you can. Likely to see these temperatures skyrocketing right now into the 30s for most of the area. We're into the 20s in West Yellowstone. We're going to continue to deal with some pretty mild temperatures for the afternoon. It looks like full sunshine for most of the day. You get into the late afternoon, early evening, we may begin to see a little cloud cover rolling through here, but our temperatures are expected to really start to drop as you head into your Saturday and Sunday. We're, of course, going to break down your complete forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Matt. An interesting story for you now. A stampede at a train station in India's west coast city of Mumbai killed at least 22 people early this morning in Friday's rush hour traffic. Another 20 people were injured when panicked pedestrians pushed towards the end of an overcrowded bridge, with some people falling underfoot and being trampled. Police said that the stampede was triggered by a rumor that a pedestrian bridge had collapsed after concrete chunks fell. Chaos prevailed as people surged forward to get off of that bridge. And one woman has died in a vehicle crash as of Thursday morning north of Belgrade. This happened at Reese Creek Road near Dry Creek Road. The 60-year-old woman either walked or crawled 2/10 of a mile where she died out of the vehicle. The Montana Highway Patrol is investigating the situation. It's unknown at this time when the crash happened, but the motorist reported a crash shortly after 6 a.m. yesterday.
When she arrived on scene, she was informed that a person was located that appeared to be unconscious. Our trooper checked on that person and found that person to be deceased, and we are conducting an investigation into the cause and manner of the crash. If anybody has any information about this vehicle being crashed out here or seeing this vehicle out here, if they'd give us a call, we really would appreciate it.
Contact is 406-587-4525. Sergeant McCarthy says that the woman was not wearing her seatbelt at the time of the crash. And 3 Montana Highway Patrol troopers were honored at the Governor's Award on Wednesday for their bravery. Montana Highway Patrol Public Relations Office says troopers Benjamin Panas, Thomas Gill, and Timothy Wyckoff were honored for their response to Deputy Mason's Moore death back in May. Deputy Moore was shot and killed while attempting to stop an SUV traveling at high speed. Trooper Panas was the first to respond to the scene. Troopers Wyckoff and Gill led the pursuits of those suspects. Colonel Tom Butler said in a statement, quote, "We are immensely proud of the bravery and the dedication to the public demonstrated by all officers involved in that terrible morning," unquote. And a heart for others, feeling like he could do something that led an 8-year-old boy to raise $187 for the Montana wildfire relief efforts. This all happened at the MSU game just the other day. MTN's Kenneth Webb talked to the little boy about what moved him to take some action.
I really just wanted to help the people that lost their houses and the firefighters that have been trying to fight out in like mountains and all that.
Braden and his family were tailgating at the last home football game of the Cats versus South Dakota State. He decided to do a fundraising campaign by asking for donations to help the wildfire relief. If you donated, then you would get a cup of lemonade. His parents were way behind his efforts.
But we can definitely do a lemonade stand or something to get that going, and he thought that was a great idea, and then he took it from there. Nothing short of, we're super proud of him and couldn't be happier that he's our little guy.
We're just proud that he really wanted to do something to help the people of Montana and the firefighters who helped the efforts this summer, and it was really his idea to do it, and he's got a great heart for things like this.
Braden got the idea from watching our promotion asking for folks to help us with the Montana Wildfire Relief Fund.
He's always been a kid watching TV commercials about saving this or that he's always said, we need to send money in to help those people do that, and this is the first real thing that we could do to help somebody close to us and be able to actually see it, see it through.
Braden is truly making a difference because every little bit helps in his efforts in raising money. If you want to see Braden and help him continue his good works, look for him and his parents tailgating this Saturday's homecoming game, where he is hoping to raise even more. Reporting from Bozeman, Kenneth Webb, MTN News.
And on that note, our Montana Wildfire Relief Fund continues to see solid donations coming in. Yesterday brought in $6,000 alone. With our Montana Television Network, our parent company Cordillera Communications, with that match of $50,000, another match of $50,000 from the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation. American Bank threw in $10,000. We're over $283,000. We're moving forward to get that money out. On October 9th, grant applications will be available to apply for those funds. Places like local fire departments will be able to get separately desperately needed new equipment and resources. We're continuing to raise money. 100% of donations for the Montana Wildfire Relief Fund go to all communities in Montana. Gotta love that. And the Gallatin Valley Furniture has been a part of Bozeman since the 1940s. The store recently went through a serious renovation that's playing a larger role in what you might think that is important for some North Bozeman redevelopment. MTN's Morgan Davies explains.
We're excited about what's going on in Midtown and its potential, and so they made some really significant investments in their building to be there for the next few decades. And so I think that's just a really important part of the story.
When it came time for Gallatin Valley Furniture to think about their future, they could have relocated off of North 7th Avenue like many other businesses. But they felt that they would better serve the community in their current location.
Well, we looked at a number of different options. Financially, it made sense to reinvest into the building that we have here rather than spending more money on a smaller building somewhere else. And we really feel that the corridor is really coming around, and we felt this is a great place to be.
The remodel of Gallatin Valley Furniture is just one of the many projects that are happening along North 7th that are all part of developing Midtown Bozeman.
Taking some of these older buildings and giving them new life.
Midtown Tavern and the Rainbow Motel have all made the investment into Midtown.
You know, Midtown Bozeman is going to be the new place to be. I think it's really easy off the interstate, and it's really easy to park and get around, so that's key.
Economic specialists say the last piece for redevelopment of Midtown will be adding housing. Reporting in Bozeman, Morgan Davies, MTN News.
The Chamber of Commerce held a ribbon-cutting ceremony at 5 last night for the new Gallatin Valley Furniture building. Congratulations to them. Talk about a little remake-over and rethinking of the unthinkable. SpaceX owner Elon Musk said that he wants to land 2 cargo ships on Mars by 2022. Speaking at the International Astronautical Congress meeting in Adelaide, Australia, Musk said that he felt confident that his company could do that in 5 years. To accomplish it, he says SpaceX will build a huge new rocket, larger than anything ever launched before. Then Musk says 2 years later, 4 huge rockets will launch towards Mars. It would carry up to 100 people each, and 2 others would carry cargo and be used on Mars. Musk calls the plan aspirational, but not impossible. Thank you so much for being with us here on your beautiful Friday morning. Stay right here, because in a moment we check back in with Chet and Becky Franks live at the Cancer Support Community. Oh, look at him drinking his coffee. With so many events going on, it's important to check in with them. But first, we check in with Nora O'Donnell in New York. See what's happening on CBS This Morning.
Good morning ahead here on CBS This Morning. We were there when House Speaker Paul Ryan saw Majority Whip Steve Scalise in the Capitol for the first time since he was shot. We'll bring you that emotional moment. And the NFL Today's James Brown is right here with a preview of his 48 hours piece on O.J. Simpson and the ongoing racial divide in America. We'll see you right at 7.